Hello everybody, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film. European server, we're in Prokhorovka Standard Mode North spawn with Sebastian Potachka in his AMX ELC BIS. First time into the Hall of Fame with this tank, and he follows it up a couple days later with another one, which will be the movie after this one. In this battle, there are one scout in the enemy team, 2 lights on his, 2 artillery apiece. His team only has 2 heavies, and they're down in the middle of his lineup, whereas the enemy team has 4 with 2 on the top. And compensating for the lack of heavies, his team has a lot of mediums, so they have more mobility, but again, that doesn't always mean good things on Prokhorovka. Because despite it being open, you end up with 3 main areas of fights. You end up with a big brawl over here, a sniping war over here, and then tanks clustered up over here. And so having a lot of extra mobility doesn't really help teams all that much on this map. He's going to head up for the bush in E1. And he arrives uncontested and unseen. Chaffee is way over on the other side of the map, so he should be able to stay up here and get spots as long as he wants to. He has 6 tanks coming over to this side with him. Now he just has to wait for something to expose itself. And it looks like the Churchill 3 is going to be his first customer. Churchill 3's randomly shooting into bushes, and as a matter of fact, he's shooting into bushes that are off the map, so he doesn't even really know what he's doing. He's convinced there's a scout up there to the right, which is totally off the map. So when he pulls forward, he lights up the T-34. Who immediately starts coming under fire. Hopefully the team behind him starts hitting stuff. They haven't proved too capable yet. It's kind of frustrating when you know you have support behind you and then they don't shoot anything. But Sebastian hasn't given up on him yet, and now they kill the artillery. Let's see if they can hit anything else. Definitely have plenty of targets. He's had enough of this. He's going to start shooting himself, I believe. You notice how he backs up to get far behind the bush so his muzzle blast won't reveal the location of his tank. Now move in, get a spot, back up, and do it again. Pull up. Find where the tank is. Got to be careful with that T-34 beside him. Good, his team takes him out. Tog retreated back into the bushes where you can't see him right now. They're telling the AMX to go, and it's not really time for Sebastian to go because they got all those tanks across the field they need to be worried about right now. You don't want to have them try to fire two directions at once, so you just wait. If they handle everybody across the middle of the field, then you go after that. And that's something to pay attention to, because when you're in a situation like this where people are urging you to go out there on your own and expose enemy tanks at the same time as tanks appear on your flank, pretty much suicide to listen to the guy saying go, because half the support you're counted on is guaranteed to turn and shoot at the guys to your left, and you get down there and light up several tanks, and all of a sudden everybody's looking the other way and nobody's looking towards you, and then you end up dying and don't accomplish a thing. So if other targets appear that your support is going to be shooting at, then just wait. Now that those targets have disappeared, now he's pulling forward because the TD should be ready to support anything he finds. Or anything Sebastian finds. And he knows the Tog is sitting right up here. And the Jackson as well. This isn't good, because all his tanks are dying behind him. This is going to be a tough game to pull out right now. He's going to need 2 shots on the Tog unless he gets an ammo rack. His only choice is to run in close right now. He got the Tog, but can he survive the Jackson? That's the trouble. Fortunately, hopefully he can use the Tog as protection. It's like an island. You have this whole building to run around. It's called Tog. It's the Tog Federal Building. He's really hurting right now. Trying to stay ahead of the Jackson without getting close, so he doesn't get rammed. And the Jackson seems confused as to how to move to get the gun on him. He's not really accomplishing much, except dying. There he goes. It's still a tough fight to pull out. He has help of the Artie, but he has 3 tanks to overcome. For some reason, their Artie's calling him an idiot, which I'm not certain how he qualifies as being an idiot since he's trying to carry his team right now. So he knows where everybody is now. The OI is behind him, the M4 is down off cap.
Ready to fire. Target released.
If he can survive one more shot, he'll have a good chance to pull out the fight. Hopefully the OI. Oh, here it comes. It's going to be tough. You got this. Now, get away from the OI. Get distance on him and then just snipe him, or sneak up close enough to get beside him. But that's really iffy thing right now. He has 23 hit points left, and all the OI has to do is basically backfire next to him, and he's going to die. The 304 can help out a lot if it gets far enough away to shoot at him. Fires blind. Put it right over the top of the back of him. He knows the OI is moving west to try to east to try to get to the arty, so he's going to move up here and hopefully get a flanking shot on him. Which is what you want to do with these guys shooting to their sides.
Enemy armor is hit.
This could do it. Ah, one more. OI doesn't know where he's at though, so it's just to reload and fire one more time and win the game. Oops, he's going to go behind the little hill. So it ends up not being as simple as it looked. Now it's one-on-one. First hit wins the game. Sebastian has the advantage though because he knows where the OI was, and the OI can only guess where he is. They've used this bush. Oh, and the guy's capping. And there he is. End of game. I won't even say it. You know what I'm going to say. Idiots cap in situations like this. So, he gets the kill. It gives him a top gun. It gives him a comeback victory. For the battle, 3,367 damage, 6 kills, 18 of 19 shooting, that's 95%, 1,385 assisted damage, because despite having all those tanks behind him, they didn't really do a whole lot in terms of shooting the targets he lit up. He had 6 spots. He had lots of targets lit up. It's just they could have done twice that much damage easy. Here in 2,915 credits, got 15 points of cap defense because the OI stupidly moved on to the cap circle right at the end. And he was awarded 2,840 XP. Survived the fight, got a top gun, high caliber, tank sniper, medals with spotter, duelist, fire for effect, many medals. That gives him a battle score of 2,925, which puts him currently in second place on the AMX ELC Hall of Fame. He made it to E1 successfully. He had, I think, 6 tanks with him. Started getting spots, and his team was just slow to shoot him, so I think he finally got frustrated and said, heck, if you guys aren't going to shoot him, I'm going to start shooting them myself. And he saw that he would back up from the bush far enough so that it would provide concealment after a shot. Because he was far enough away from the bush, though, he lost his spot, so he would fire, pull up, regain the location of his target, and then back up and repeat that procedure 2 or 3 times. Finally, he got put in a situation where they were telling him to run down to the south. Go, ELC, go, go, go. But he noticed 3 tanks appear right at the middle railroad crossing, and so he wisely chose to wait because, like I said, once those tanks appear, at least half of your guys are going to turn and face and start shooting them, And if you listen to the guy telling you to go, you take off, and you don't have anywhere near the support you thought you had, or maybe no support at all, because everybody's looking at those nice targets across the ridge, across the field. And so if he would have gone south, he would have lit up all those tanks, and he probably would have died. So he waited until his team wasn't being distracted by tanks on their flank, and then he went forward. Even then, he got caught. His TDs all died, and he ended up having to use the dead Tog as a shield against the Jackson to try to help him produce a victory over that guy. And then he ended up being a really bad player. He never figured out how to turn his tank and his turret at the same time. And it was one of those deals where no matter what he did to try to get his turret around on Sebastian, he ended up pretty much always being 180 degrees away from him. And so he died, and it came down to basically 1-on-3. He had the 304 with him, and he definitely helped as a distractor, if nothing else. But the tanks were spread out in the enemy team, so he was able to pick them off one by one, and then at the end use his superior view range and the enemy's stupidity of moving to cap to take out the last guy. And once again, I said I wasn't going to say it, but I have to. Guys, if it's one-on-one at the end of the fight, especially if you're the tank with the worst view range out of the two, if you can't see as far as the other guy, don't get on cap. Guaranteed death if you do, unless the other guy's a complete fool. He can see farther than you. He knows where you are. You're in that circle because he can see you that you're capping. So you just move in to where he can see you. You can't see him. He shoots you. He kills you. Do anything else but go on cap. This guy didn't, and he paid the price for it. He probably would have lost anyway. But after a tough fight to get to the one-on-one situation, he gave Sebastian a gift and made it easy at the end. From Prokhorovka Standard Mode, getting a top gun and a comeback win. Happy hunting.